Howdy there, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and pardon me, I am stirring my tea. We're doing something a little bit different today. No energy drinks, no Topo Chicos, just making myself a little caffeine-free tea. Anytime I mention that I drink caffeine tea-free, we're just going to roll with that. People act dumbfounded. Like, why would you drink tea without the caffeine? Tea is calming. You know, it's like, I know that for some people, tea is their coffee. You know, they get that caffeine kick. But I've always found tea to be a soothing thing. This has chamomile in it. It's got vanilla. It smells amazing. It tastes really good. You'll notice the bags are still floating in there. It is a bagged tea. I know that some people have issues with that. I usually leave it in there. You know, just let it steep throughout the entirety of my drinking process. And yes, it does get stronger over time. But I have no respect for a person who drinks a weak tea. A weak tea drinking person is themselves a weak person. And also, I just noticed there are jeans sitting over here. I just saw these, just like a nice little stack of jeans next to what I hope is a run-of-the-mill flashlight. We're not going to ask. There's some sort of bottle of liquid. Possibly a lubricant. Let's go continue the quest line. And we've gone into... Look, there's a lot of these things around here. I don't know if you've noticed. There are a ton of these pillars. And I'm assuming each one leads to a different world. And we've gone into two of them. We went into Elysium and we went into the Underworld. The next one's... We gotta go to Atlantis at some point, right? But my question is each one of these a world that we're gonna travel to? Because I've just been making the assumption that, you know, there's three of them. Right? Like there's three DLC chapters in this particular pack. You know, ooh, maybe this doesn't lead to like different worlds then, because I'm like running up to it and it's not telling me, oh yeah, here's Elysium or whatever. Shrek, I don't even know how to actually get to Elysium if I wanted to go back there right now. I've got no idea. Can I do it from the menu? Oh, we got this menu. We've got all kinds. Who is Athena? BIOS of the gods, audio, email. I wonder if there's any clue in here for the next Assassin's Creed game. I'm never going to read through any of these, but I'm sure somewhere out there someone has made a YouTube video breaking down what each and every single one of them is. A Layla log. Layla! Logging your adventures, Layla! Just caught you in your pinchers, Layla! Something, sing a sick song.
The Animus, but I couldn't wait.
I've been thinking about whether or not I should let you continue, and I have my answer, but I'm afraid you won't like it.
Don't tell me I can't go into the third simulation.
I'm sorry, Layla. I made a miscalculation, and I factored you in when it was a mistake to do so. I see that clearly now. It's time for you to leave Atlantis.
You can't do this. Not now. I've seen Elysium and the Underworld. You can't take that away.
If I'd known this reality would go the direction it did, you wouldn't have seen any of it. You're too human. Your DNA has succumbed to the corrupting nature of the staff.
Listen, I know the bleeding effect is real, and accessing Deimos' memory did affect me. But I've studied Isu artifacts. This is the last stage of my trials. When it's over, my DNA will be able to overcome the staff's control.
Perhaps. But you won't see that through. My simulations are closed to you.
Punch her with the staff. No matter what I'm going on, I'm sorry about what happened. Let's do that one. Let's apologize.
I'm really sorry, Alethea. For everything up until now. You had such high hopes for me.
I did, yes. But that was my own fault. I should never have let you go down this path.
No, that's the thing. You were right. You saw something in me that I'd be the one to bring balance.
To the Force.
And I still can if you let me.
Even if I were to let you in, your doctor is dead.
If I could take that back, I would. But I can't.
Maybe we can find her in the afterlife.
From her calculations, your body wouldn't be able to withstand the simulations.
My body is
also,
fine.
we're all chill for the fact that we murdered a woman down here earlier.
Thousands of years. I've got a protection guarantee.
Your mind is a different story altogether. You don't have the sense to see its degradation.
When you break it down, this staff heals, Alethea. I could come out of this smarter, more in control. Invincible.
That's quite a leap in logic.
Just let me see for myself. Please.
Go.
Oh my God, thank you. You won't regret this. Here we go.
She's gonna regret this. We're all gonna regret this.
I'll see you inside.
Will you? Are you going into this simulation? Are we going to Atlantis now? Do we never actually get to go to Atlantis? Is Atlantis just in ruins and we'll never get to see it in its heyday? One can dream, one can hope, one can scheme. But at the end of the day, it depends on what the devs say. They make all the decisions, except the ones the publishers make. Loot box. Oh, okay, yeah, we're going back into kicking him in the face. Poseidon, no!
That's enough!
I want to be God of the Dead.
This isn't your domain, brother. Hades has nothing left to offer you. You are never meant to stay here, nor Elysium. You didn't belong on Kefalonia, and you didn't belong in Sparta. I can offer you a place you do belong. It's time you finally found it. Atlantis awaits.
Yes! Oh, also we need to like
Anywhere's
retheme.
better
We
than
gotta
here.
get the color theme back on.
I won't forget this.
I don't care. What is that? Hold on. No, what is that? Uh-oh.
No!
Yeah, let's run away, because weird stuff's happening here. What did you expect, Kassandra? What did you expect? Poseidon just invited you to Atlantis. Did you expect to be attacked by dolphins and me?
There's no need for that here.
There's gonna be
You're
sharks.
safe.
I've heard that before.
Sharks here.
This place isn't like any other you've been. There's no Persephone, no Hades.
No, but there's gonna be sharks.
Just you.
Just me. The Kastis Vasilevs, the grand adjudicator of all Atlantis.
I guess we need to change the color again.
But to you,
Actually, where
I
we
am
were
Poseidon.
before. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That'll
what I'm offering you, keeper of the staff, is a place at my side. Join me as my Kastis.
I'm just here to unlock the power of the staffs. Alright, dude?
Welcome home.
So you want me to live among the gods?
So you expect me to live
Can
among
I be
you?
a god?
A home among gods?
Gods? We are much more than the human conception of gods. Your father called us the ones who came before. But as Alethea told you, we are the issue.
I'm so confused.
You know about my stuff, Pythagoras and Alethea? I'm starting to feel very watched.
Your trials in both Elysium and the underworld. No, your triumphs there are known to us.
So this is a
My
simulation.
trials forced me into rebellion. They made me face the dead. My hardships make me a good Dikastis?
We don't always choose our path, but in this case, your blood shows for you. You possess both DNA strands, the best of humans and Isu. I have no doubt that you are our mutual future.
It's an honor. Where do I start?
Humans have 5 senses to understand the world around them. We have been blessed a 6th, knowledge. No, it is not merely your vision of the ego. The essence of that sense sleeps now, but it can be awoken in Atlantis. Your stuff is more than a key. It's a bridge between who you are now and who you must become.
And if I fully awaken this sixth sense, I'll have mastered the staff?
That and more. Come, let me show you.
So
I accessed power sources in Elysium and the underworld. They helped my knowledge, I think, but they haven't changed my senses.
In Atlantis, you'll find the sources that awaken your new sense much more concentrated. Not only will your knowledge grow here, but it will thrive. You'll find 3 such sources once you leave this palace. You know them as Keeper's Insides.
Doesn't look like anyone can get through.
It's blocked to those who haven't full access to our knowledge. Find the source of that knowledge within this palace. Try to pass through once you do.
Okay. So here's what I'm figuring out. We know that this is all in a simulation by Ethel for Layla, right? But what about Kassandra? Because Atlantis is already destroyed in her timeline. So are we simulating her memories, or are we simulating her going to these places in a simulation? Are we inside of a simulation of a different simulation is my question. He just said we're the Isu. We knew that. But what about... okay, Atlantis is destroyed. But we're there right now as Kassandra, right? Let's just ignore the Layla part of all this. We're there as Kassandra. We've seen the destroyed ruins of Atlantis as Kassandra, but now we're just there. And it's present day for Kassandra. It's not like she's seeing the stuff in the past, because in the underworld, she met people that she knew, right? Like, if this was all memories of the world before the cataclysm, that would make sense. But for Kassandra, the Isu are alive now, Hades is in the underworld, the dead that she's killed are filling the underworld as Hades and Poseidon exist in current time, but they should all be dead because of the cataclysm. Also, if they're just Isu, how does the underworld work? Is it a different dimension? Is it another realm? How are the Isu traveling between them? Are there these are the actual souls of the dead, presumably. How do the Isu do that? Is it just some kind of Isu technology? Just extracting the souls? We know that they have the ability to take your mind out of your body, but that just turns you into a hologram that can sometimes take over your body and kill people. We've seen that before. That doesn't explain how they have all these different realms and how people are being scanned into. I don't understand. I'll just gotta roll with it, I think. We're just gonna accept it. All of this is real. Nothing is real. Nothing is true. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. I just accidentally removed a keycap. Oops. How do I put that back on? Just peeled that right off of there. I didn't realize it was so easy. I've never removed a keycap before. The Isu Sixth Sense, also known as knowledge, can be gathered by scanning various pieces of Isu technology. So Isu data caches, any Isu codex, artifacts in Atlantis, Keeper's Insights. Presumably each and every single one of those will give us new ability points that we can use. We've got multiple quests accepted. I'm going to take a look at those real fast. By multiple quests, he means welcome to Atlantis. Obtain Isu knowledge from the Isu Codex. Sure, let's take a look at the map. Yeah, look, it looks exactly the way Plato described it. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. It doesn't look anything like the Disney movie, though, is my only concern. Also, it looks real small. Like, this looks like the small... They've been getting smaller with each patch, but maybe... Or each pack, I should say. Maybe it's really dense. Like, there's a lot out there. Let's head out there and find out. Just through the gate? Primary knowledge required. Sure. Okay, we'll go up. We'll go up. Obtain Isu knowledge from the Isu Codex.
Hello, Layla.
Hi!
Alethea?
Alethea?
What are you doing in here?
You needed intervention. I couldn't stop you physically, but perhaps I can make you understand through technical means.
No, I've got this. Stay out of it.
Well, now we're getting a whole new level of confusion here. Now I'm just totally mind-warped. Because Layla is talking to us as we're playing as Kassandra. Remember before when Alethea had Kassandra go around and find things for Layla to use to unlock the... But I don't... So did this actually happen? Did any of this actually happen to Kassandra? Did she actually go to these places, even if it was only inside of a simulation? And did she know it was a simulation and that she wasn't actually sending Phoebe to like a nicer afterlife, or helping Brasidas find peace, or not find peace. I looked it up. I think we did the bad ending for him. We were supposed to tell him he doesn't deserve salvation, and then he lives out the rest of his days peacefully helping people in the underworld find peace. We kind of messed that one up a bit, but that's not what we're here for today. Let's do this. Duty of the Dicaste.
I think I'm starting to understand. It's like I can feel Isu memories and hear their wisdom.
Interesting. Poseidon, the Trident King, has decreed these rules be followed without discretion throughout Atlantis. Rulings made by the Dicastes must be followed. The Dicastes will act as impartial judge and has authority over all except the Dicastes Beslui. ISO experimentation is prohibited on all humans, and the Dicastes will see to its adherence. Matters of ISO and human concern must be considered without bias. All judgments made by the Dicastes will directly influence the cycle's success. Interesting. So we know that they lived together, not necessarily in peace, bless them, but they had a society. I mean, humans were enslaved for a bit there. Oh. Look at this place. We're going to get that nice... Remember the Adam and Eve bit where they steal the golden apple and they run to the top of a building and like they're naked, but it's PG-13 naked, so they don't have any crevices? These are weird games, man. Are y'all not getting any sounds or any music? I wasn't getting any music for any of that. I'm pretty sure I've got the music turned on. I don't want to pause now in case I don't.
About the sources being more concentrated. I feel different.
Many things are different here, Dicastes. You'll discover that in time. Atlantis awaits you. I have one rule that is absolute. Our technology cannot be used on my human civilians. Their bodies cannot withstand the power. The Isu know this above all.
So, I'm free to go? What task should the Dicastes do first?
Even Atlantis is not a perfect society. It yearns for balance. So be that balance. Then when your role as guide to the people is fulfilled, it may well be perfection.
We are the Avatar
You've already
and all of the
my
Jedi.
Respect, which is a trial in itself.
Dicastes.
How do you
His
already know?
Eminence Atlas humbly requests that you join him at his Doma to discuss a matter of grave importance.
Right. I'll make sure to stop by.
If we don't get an Atlas shrugging joke, I'm going to be very disappointed. That's got to be in here at some point. Okay, now we've got a moment. We can hop in here. Where are options at? Where is sound? Sound? Music volume? Okay, it's turned down, but it's been pretty low the whole playthrough, and I've heard music before. I don't know why it's so freaking quiet. Frequency is normal. There we go. We've turned it down some. How do you get me off of this screen? Don't accidentally.
This place is more kings than Sparta.
Hey! More kings than Sparta. That's a pretty good gag you got there. Is this where I'm supposed to be going? Meet Atlas in his Doma? Well, we don't really have any choice. That's just straight where we're headed right now. Yeah, lots of fish. There's gonna be sharks in this one. We've avoided it the last 2 times. They've been saving it for this. What they've been doing is they've been warming us into a false sense of security by, like, not having sharks in any of the other realms. But now that we're here, they're just gonna be everywhere, like around every turn. Statues of sharks, shark people, sharknadoes. Every storm is a sharknado, just throwing sharks all over the place.
Ah, you've arrived! I'm honored that Dicastes would accept my humble request.
Come on, Atlas.
You're Atlas, I take it.
In the flesh. I thank you for coming to see me. I'm sure you're very busy. The burden my father gave you is not a light one.
Happy to help.
Your messenger told me it was urgent.
Gravely urgent, indeed.
Well, here I am.
It's my brothers, the Archons. They have issues with the human populations under their control. Tensions between Isu and humans are mounting. Without order, the problems will grow severe.
I'll try and use my position to help them where I can.
Find Hadiros, Amphiris, and Azeas. Through your shining example, I hope they learn the valuable lessons in discipline they so desperately need.
And if I help them, you're hoping it'll maintain the peace between Isu and humans.
That's the plan. Poseidon should have known they weren't ready for the responsibility an Archon bears. But that's his failing.
That's a lot of questions that we don't really need to ask.
I'll find the Archons and make sure their problems are taken care of.
That was like a bit of a hint, nudge, nudge over there. Is he suggesting I need to go in here and find one of the Archons? Or is he suggesting that I'm going to find something of use in here? Because so far I'm just seeing a bunch of scrolls. This is just some kind of library with ooh, a dark and glittery room. Everyone loves a dark and glittery room. No, but really, what's going on back here? What am I about to find back here? Pool full of sharks? Pool full of fish, for sure. I'm not seeing any sharks yet. Oh, wait a minute. This is a solid surface. Oh. Okay, nifty. Pretty nifty, gotta say. What did he want me to see back here, though? He was giving me a hint to come back here, right? I feel as though I have been misled, as there does not appear to be anything of any interest back here. There's a statue of a naked, well, mostly naked gentleman. And that is it. Welcome to Poseidon's Woods, everyone. Maybe he was trying to help us find our way out, because I guess if we'd gone back the way we came, we wouldn't have been able to get out. I don't know. I hear the music now. I wonder if we were missing some sick beats in the underworld because I had the music turned down too low. Again, that was just how low I had it throughout the whole game, I'm pretty sure. It certainly makes editing a lot easier when you can just blend the sounds like that. I might turn it back down. Alright, so taking a look at our map here, I can see that Rightfully Yours is a recommended quest. We've actually got quite a few quests on the docket now. We've got the Burden of Leadership, which is to help all of these individuals complete education, Wisdom of the Ancients, which is just finding all of that Isu knowledge. I think the first thing we need to do, though, is hit up all of these synchronization points, including that one right there behind us, that one over there, and then these two, and I think that's all of them. Yeah. There's actually not a whole lot of question marks either. So before we do the quests, I might sweep through here and do all of this. Alrighty, folks. Well, I haven't actually gotten that much done, and it's getting to a time in real life when I have to stop playing. But here's what I've done. I discovered that there is an outer ring, the Porimos ring, and then there's the Oikos, the Oikos of Atlantis, which is a type of yogurt, I believe, and then the Royal Mountain of Poseidon. So there are 3 rings. I got, I think, all of the synchronization points. They're all called towers. So there's like the Tower of Logic, Tower of Judgment, all that stuff. And I completed this little square here. I also got tired of my frame rate dipping down. I was dipping real low. Like, it's been dipping since we started this DLC. But I finally decided to figure out why I'm not maintaining a stable 4K 60. And I didn't think it could possibly be my RTX 2080 Ti. Did not think that could possibly be the problem. Had to have been my Ryzen 7 3700 at 37? 38? I can't remember. I think it's 3700X. So I opened up Activity Monitor, right? Or System, whatever it's called on Windows. I use PC. But I got that running, hopped back into the game, played around a bit, went back out. And no, in fact, actually, the 2080 Ti was hitting 100% utilization. So I can't play the game on Ultra. What I had to do was I went back and I set everything to high, I believe. I went pretty aggressive with it, actually. I went, I was going to go to the menu, but no, we might as well. I think I did a, let's see, graphics. Yeah, so it's high with shadows low and anti-aliasing medium. And I don't know if that's necessary. Could probably get away with high anti-aliasing and high shadows, but I set everything else to just... I used the high preset up here where it says custom, and then I adjusted these 2 things specifically. We're maintaining a stable 60 now. So I could probably bump those back. We got a stable frame right now. That's what matters at the end of the day. That's what's most important. Now, I also, a lot happened, basically, since the last time I spoke to you. I put back on my assassin armor so I can actually successfully assassinate people and not get into so many fights. Also, and I don't know where to re-find this information, but I learned quite a bit about some augmentation they did to Hades, just from reading random notes that I found lying around, little things on the wall. And they've given him these mind control helmets, and that's how Persephone and Hades can control people, and I'm sure the information is on the screen somewhere. I thought they might be in here with some of the notes or something. I'm grateful for your help, and the trials of hell will not be easy. Personal, yeah, they're not in here. Well, dadgummit, you should be able to re-reference these things outside of having to go hunt them back down again. You know, it was just ISU stuff. You know how they are always with their experimentation. Still nothing that really explains what's going on here. I might, between now and the next recording, go back into the game and continue to explore the map a bit more. Kind of 100% all these check marks and everything, so we can just focus on quests next time we return. I would do it right now, but I'm up against a literal hard break. I do not have the time to continue recording. So, with this, thank you folks for watching. God bless you. Thank you for your continued support and viewership. 2020 is going to be the year of Howdy, folks. Until next time, thank you folks for watching. God bless you. I'll see you later. Bye.